McD is a place for everything under the radar as parents search for their kids by minds and souls. The magic goes fairly deep into their McD foundation with some exceptional cause. Alas, not every generation of eaters may come with the best choices. Happy Meal toys have been hit or miss lately. It makes no difference if any teacher does not approve because life itself is something we love, and we're not always empty of approval by some means to the difference between satisfaction and pleasure. If I may dare to question the splinters on a teacher's ruler, in case I fear for safety, Big Macs most certainly are not made of wood, and nobody needs to touch a teacher's belongings for hunger and thirst to exist, either of them to fall into the means of living on a tremendous stomach cycle. Obviously, the Archburger has overcome the Big Mac to be McDonald's new favorite course, a big heavy-duty meal in of itself, as if we're to consider the smoothness of bread with seeds and more seeds to cover up the saucy juiciness of meat, tanglers, and open-faced toppings surrounding such a handful of meat, cheese, and easy-to-access grease, and even more toppings beyond the wildest dreams of imagination. We do not need teachers for our reviews, because our reviews are about life itself. Of course, in reviewing a McD restaurant chain, there are subtle hints that take place surrounding the play area of our hearts, even as magic begins to tumble and make greeting smiles natural without slicing up a pencil's top peck of wood and lead. Let's also pay attention to what pushover teachers mean by the word attention. Teachers want money for what they do. The problem is that nobody needs to pay for language. So for that reason, why do we need a language? I'm sure the American fries soak in oil just the same. We should also observe the menu and set eyes to feast upon the secretive honey surrounding a dome of pancakes. Evidence springs from witness, not from language so much. As we explore our taste buds above wet floors and dry grounds to the radio majesty of pop, rap, and country musical selections. Taste matters, of course, and that's why most teachers cannot taste what they preach about. Some teachers smell like rotten tomatoes anyway. I'm sure there's always a school with the attack of the killer tomatoes. Killer tomatoes are very delicious on a pizza roll, although I would be flabbergasted if quarter pounders retain enough liquid weight for an extra smooth Diet Cola, even if the dirty Dr. Pepper maintains a cream of notions to disturb lost wonders across the heavenly lobby. This is stand-up comedy, of course, and teachers will try to disagree with my ideas behind my back, and the teachers will try to pretend that other people like me do not exist except by some kind of technical computer worm virus. Is that all? Do teachers really believe that I am just a machine? I am most certainly not a robot, and I can barf my nugget sauces like a soaring pilot from outer space, as if driven by car and foot. Blueberries really make McD a terrific place for ice cream and pies, as well as a cast far away from Old Tucker and Red Apple Avenue in Tehachapi, California, where me and my locals live. Sometimes I still remember the Angus burgers from McDonald's years ago past, or I still remember the McSalad shakers or the old circus-style McDonald Land cookies from my kindergarten years. It's a deep tradition in modern McD culture during the early morning lifestyles, stirring from older ladies and gentlemen for coffee, sausage, and eggs. My dad or father is a very big fan of the McD burritos. The chicken wraps can also speak of hungry sounds packing through the atmospheric turbulence of ranch, lettuce, and white flour tortillas on the very efficient drive-through run until just midnight. The bagel sandwiches are very awesome breakfast treats that tag along the sweet McD oatmeal bowls and large assortments of hash browns over the musical ambience fire to roar of a grill and smile of the happy one. Me.